Welcome to Collections of Cinema.
Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode and the last in the summer series and also the last this season. Collections of Cinema.
Hello.
With Woifi, me and Dani, her.
Me, Woifi.
Me, Woifi,
Her, Dani.
this Dani. Me host, this host. Yeah, we back. Can you just say quickly something because you'll...
I can say something. Hello.
Okay. We did the summer series, and this is the fourth one, I want to say. I think so.
Is it, or is it the third?
I think it's the fourth one. Let me just quickly look it up. The first one was Call Me By
Your Name, and then we did Way Back.
The Way... Oh, and then American
Pie 2. Yeah, this is the fourth.
And this is the fourth one in the summer series.
Correct.
Which you can probably tell from the name is about movies set in summertime or summer-related
that give us
movies.
the summer vibes.
Right. And this is going to be the last one in the series, and then we'll take a quick break for a couple of weeks, and we're back in September, probably, most likely.
Yes, no, we are. We're back in September with a very cool episode.
Right. So...
Special episode.
Yeah. So today we thought we are going to end the show with one of our favorite movies, comedy movies, and also summer movies.
I mean, for me, it is a perfect comedy.
The title already says it, Wet Hot American Summer.
Yes.
I got the Bluray here. I'm pretty sure, it's a American disc because you can't get the movie here. I had to import it. And it's worth it because it packs a ton of funny exclusives and bonus features. For example, we didn't watch it, but there's a Wet Hot American Summer live at San Francisco Sketchfest. They reenacted some of the scenes with the cast. And there are some deleted scenes that I've never seen before with the ending, they're meeting 10 years later, which is just...
It's weird.
It's bizarre, like, just to say, yeah.
I mean, it fits with the movie because it's just like, so what the fuck is this? But it's like, whoa.
Yeah. So David Wayne directed it, also wrote it with Michael Showalter, who stars in the movie as well. And the movie had a budget of 1.8 million and made almost 300 million. Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah. It's pretty nuts. The people who star in it: Molly Shannon, Paul Rudd, Christopher Maloney, David Hyde Pierce.
And speaking of which, a lot of them not well known at the time.
Elizabeth Banks.
David Hyde Pierce was one of the most well known of the group.
Bradley
Cooper was his first.
Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking insane.
All these people are basically getting their start. And I listened to a podcast, to Amy Poehler's podcast with Paul Rudd, and they were talking about it. He was a guest on her show, and they were talking about this and how they were all just like so in awe of David Hyde Pierce because at that time he was so big.
He was the big star, basically. Yeah. Even though, Molly Shannon, for example, was already known because of SNL.
And Jean Garofalo.
Garofalo.
Is it Jean?
Yeah.
She was also Janine. Thank you. Yeah. She was also really big at that time already.
And Christopher Maloney as well. He was also known at that point.
He was known, but I don't know that. 2001 SVU had already started.
I think
it was in the 90s.
I'm pretty sure he was already known, especially in television, I think.
Yeah. But Law and Order he was already on there because that started in the 90s.
So what is the plot of the movie?
So, it's in reality a bunch of late 20s, early 30s. I think Amy Poehler was one of the
younger ones, I feel like.
Nah, Paul Rudd said that she's a little bit older. So she was 30, I think, and he was like 28, 29.
Oh, okay.
So they're all around that age.
Yeah.
But in the movie, they play 17 to 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they're camp counselors and really bad camp counselors.
But it's essentially the last day of summer camp.
The last day of camp, yeah.
In the 1980s, 1981. Yeah. And it's basically just each of the characters has like a little story arc, essentially. But it's a lot of sex, a lot of
theater, drama,
relationship drama, theater, and just funny spoofing off camp experiences, I would say, and just going going to a very ridiculous, like you think this movie is like the premise are almost ridiculous, and you think, oh, this is it, but then they step further and further and further. And like, just to give reference, there is a speaking can of mixed vegetables.
It's actually kind of funny because every time I watch this movie, I expect that there's more of the can, and there's not that much. It's not until
like 3 scenes or 4 scenes.
Yeah, it's not until the 10 years later thing that you get.
No, the first day of camp.
First day of camp that you get more of the can.
And also the origin of the can.
Yeah.
Let's not go more into the plot because I feel like there's no real plot in grand scheme of things.
Let's
go into more of the characters and explain what they are into. Like start with Andy.
Okay. Well, Andy's Paul Rudd.
Right.
And he's the hottie of the counselors. Like, he's the cool guy who doesn't give a shit and just wants to like fuck around and
no rules. And stuff. Yeah, and there's one scene, like at the first you already get a little feeling because everybody thinks that he's hot and he kisses
they pretty much, they do a good job of instantly telling you who these characters are. Like, just by their introduction, you know what type of character they are, like who they're supposed to be.
Michael Showalter's character.
Which one is he?
Coop.
Coop.
Cooper Burke.
He's the nerd.
Gerald Cooper Burke. He's the nerd and his hair alone.
I want to get the popular girl kid. Yeah.
And Paul Rudd is like, there's this one scene where he eats and then he's like almost alone in the cafeteria and he eats and then stands up and just throws his shit on the ground.
Smacks his tray off of the table onto the floor and just like gets up to walk away. And Janine Garofalo, she's not supposed to be a teenager. She is the camp director.
She's like, hey, Andy, you will pick this up now, right? And he's like,
I got stuff to do.
I got stuff to do. No, pick it up now. And then he's like, and just walks around like in this super annoyed thing and just picks it up and
it's one of the greatest scenes of that movie. It's so
like
funny.
The physicality alone and his acting.
He like throwing his body around like it's the hardest thing he's ever had to do is pick up the food that he threw on the floor.
And also there's this running bit of him, like he has this duty of looking after the kids while swimming in the lake, and this one kid asked him, hey Andy, can I take the motorboat out for a spin? And he's like, sure. And the kid just goes out and then it comes back, and when he tries to jump off the motorboat he falls into the water and drowns.
He can't swim, and he's like, Andy, help me, I'm drowning. And he's like, he says something like super sarcastic, like, you're fine.
You're fine. And while he kisses Shannon. No, not Shannon. Elizabeth Banks. And then he drowns and everybody has a swimming buddy. And then he basically drives away with the swimming buddy.
Yeah, because the kid who drowned has his swimming buddy, and the swimming buddy told Andy, like, I'm going to tell that if you don't do something, I'm going to tell that you let a kid drown.
Right.
And then the next scene, it just cuts instantly to him driving in a van with this kid and saying they're going somewhere.
To a secret pizza party.
The kid
is like, oh, I like pizza.
And then you just see the door open and the kid fly out of the van into the woods, and Andy drives on.
And they do that the second time, like they do a callback to that scene.
Oh, it's so funny.
It's so funny, and he just doesn't give a shit. And that's essentially the buffoonery that's going on in that movie. It's the whole movie.
There's the ones. Okay, so I love the romance between
the kid and Molly Shannon.
Well, but I was gonna say between Janine Garofalo and David Hyde Pierce.
Yeah. Oh my God.
They have the best. First of all, great chemistry, and just like the weirdest. It's one day. So as you're watching this movie, you kind of forget sometimes that it's one day.
It's just one day.
They keep bringing, like, you keep getting reminded that it's one day because they'll put in like a time. So it's just the same day. It's just later. Yeah. So they met at the beginning of the movie, essentially.
Pretty much.
He's just like living next to, like, he's vacationing next to the camp. And he's an astrophysicist. And they like have this really awkward meet cute, and then try to like find out more about the other person by she reads about astrophysics and he reads about camp directing so they can connect with each other.
It's so funny, and the end is so funny because he basically saves the camp by some shit that he does with the nerds, and then he comes running
because
at her.
There's like a piece of a space station that's coming down,
and they redirect it. But yeah, he comes running at her with this super awkward run and his like trophy, and he's like, "I got the trophy," blah blah, and explaining that he got hired by NASA to go to Camp Canaveral and work there.
Yeah.
And he wants her to come with, and she can come back for summers here to be
a camp director.
And then
it's maybe my favorite line of the
movie. All
of
a sudden, how did they switch to the child thing?
Okay, so they were just like kissing or something, and he was like, she said, he said, "I know we've been having a hard time with, but we can always adopt."
Right.
So implying that they've been trying to get pregnant and it's not working, even though they just met.
Like a couple of hours ago, yeah. And then she's like...
She goes, "Don't worry. It doesn't matter anymore. It happened. I'm pregnant."
It's so funny. Yeah, it's so funny. Then
you need to talk about Molly Shannon then. And
let's go to Gene, Christopher Miller's character. Gene. He's probably my favorite. He's
great.
An ex-Vietnam War veteran, and he has those super weird sexual fetishes that he just throws out.
He works he's like the chef of the cafeteria.
Yeah, the cook. I wouldn't say chef. The cook.
I mean, the chef is the lead cook. So
but he basically throws out various sexual fetishes, but he always like kind of pulls back on them. He just throws them out random, like smear mud on my ass, and everybody's like,
smear mud on my ass.
What did you just say? And then he just tries to
make up something that rhymes that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
What was the one he said? It's up. This one kid asked him where something was, and he was like, "It's up there on the shelf next to my dick cream."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Did you just say dick cream?" And he said, "No, I said stick something."
Yeah. It's so funny. And then he meets the mixed cans of vegetables who encourages him to be himself and speak proudly of it. And
he has this whole big speech in front of all of the children
in the hall, in the
mess hall.
And then he gets great applause, and then he humps the fridge while he gets pushed out. Excuse me, now I have a humping to finish or something like that. And he steps onto the rolling thing and humps the fridge while he gets pushed out. And then also he has this, he's like the cool guy, and later on he helps Coop to be also the cool guy. Basically makes him like
confident. He gives him confidence.
I mean, he makes him a version of himself. Essentially, that's what happens. Like he looks like him afterwards. Like he has this crop
the short shorts and the crop top
and the headband.
And they do this whole like dance montage.
It's so funny.
It's this whole montage of him like training Coop how to be a cool guy.
It's a dance montage. Then it's running, and then it's also the taking out some like a M&M or something out of his hand.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the whole thing, and it takes like 5 minutes or something.
It's so funny. But the dancing is great.
Let's talk about Coop. He's basically one of the main guys, you could say.
Yeah, I mean they all are. I feel like almost all of them have like their big moment in the movie. There's few of them that don't. The one guy doesn't really, who with the curly hair.
Who wants to fuck the one girl?
No, his friend.
Oh, his friend. Yeah.
He kind of has a little bit, but you don't really ever know much about his story.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's only there for Ken Marino, Victor, who wants to fuck the one girl who fucks with everybody.
Yeah,
and
Abby.
And basically is like, I fuck so many girls already.
Yeah,
and then
he makes it seem like he's such a fuck boy, basically, and comes out that he's a virgin.
Right, and he really wants to score with her because she's a sure thing, essentially. No, let's talk about Molly Shannon.
You were just talking about Coop, though.
No, I know, but Coop is a nerd. Let's let him out. Molly Shannon is funny because she's like funny. Also a camp counselor. And also at that point, well known, I think, because she had already been on SNL at that point. But she is also supposed to be a little younger, but she also looks already like in her 30s or something. No, she's not supposed to be their age, though. She's older. No, but she's a camp counselor. She's a teacher that she teaches, like, she's not really a counselor. She teaches okay, so she is her age. She's her age. But it's funny because she has this breakup or divorce thing happening with her husband. We see once at the end of the movie, and this one kid just acts super like grown up, and they essentially end up together, and it's so fucking funny. It's really funny. It's so funny. Like
she like has these really inappropriate breakdowns in front of the kids, and they all like counsel her, and the one kid especially is counseling her, and like he's like putting his hand on her.
And then at the end, it's like, you're invited. We're getting married next week. It's just not. It's not appropriate.
It's great.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many little side things. And also, let's quickly talk about the prequel, The First Day of Camp.
Yeah, so that was 14 years later in reality. So
on
it
Netflix,
was in 2015. And it was just a series, so like an 8-episode thing of the first day of camp. So it goes back to the beginning of the summer with all the same actors, and clearly they're all older.
15 years older.
15 years older.
But they're supposed to be basically
still supposed to be
30 days younger.
17 to 19 years old.
Right.
And it's so funny. It is so funny.
It is really funny because they play off that age. Like
it was already funny when they were, 15 years older than their characters were supposed to be, but it's even funnier when they're that old.
Yeah. It's really funny. And what I like about the first, I mean, the 10 years later, that's the sequel series.
Also very funny.
It's funny, but it's not as good anymore, I feel like.
Yeah.
But the first day of camp is funny because it adds a lot of layers to some of the characters. Gene, for example, he gets another layer, and he gets a cool fight with John Hamm, who is like a
Gene was started out at the first day of camp like this totally normal, super sweet, like teddy bear guy.
And then he has a breakup or something, and he turns into this super...
Is this mental breakdown,
Right. And then also the camp counselor, the camp director is the can. We find out that the can turns through like this accident, turns into this can.
He fell into some toxic waste.
Right. That's also a side story. And then...
And I think my favorite shock in that one, but that they did was that Abby, who is the camp counselor in the movie, who's like the super slutty, like just wants to fuck everybody, that the one guy wanted to.
Period.
She was actually a camper.
Right.
So like 14 years old, and she got her period, and she walks into the stall, and the other camp counselors are there, and they're just like, oh, it's okay, now you're a woman. And when she comes out, she looks like this voluptuous.
She all of the sudden turned into a grown-up woman.
So funny. And Elizabeth Banks' side story is also really funny.
It's really funny because she is not a camp counselor. She is a reporter
who's in her late 20s, 30s.
Right. And she has to basically infiltrate the whole camp and stuff. Yeah. Which is funny because they never mentioned that in the movie itself. So they just added that random thing. And
not sure. I mean, most of the stuff they added was never, it was just like a random afterthought.
Right. But some things work and some things kind of don't work with it. But that alone is the ludicrousy and the stupidity, but very funny thing about the whole universe, I would say.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Wet Hot American Summer is one of those movies that either you hate or you like. The thing is, you have to like the kind of stupid
really
humor, slapstick, and just really dumb. There's so many dumb moments. Like there's this one scene where they go to town, and it's just they're like, yeah, let's go to town, and they're super pumped. And it starts off where they just eat something and drink beer, and then all of a sudden rob a woman. And like an old
just
lady,
escalates,
right? And then
they're smoking pot,
and then they end up in this drug ben, like in this drug
they're
house.
smoking pot first, and then all of a sudden you see them going down the street, and they meet a drug dealer, and they get coke,
and then they shoot up heroin and stuff like that. And it's just like this 5-minute, or not even 5-minute, 3-minute montage of them being there, and then they come back and they're like, oh, it's so much fun to be in town,
even if just for an hour.
Right. Stuff like that, or when I think that's when they come back and then they run, and then you see them in the back just standing with the face against the wall.
Yeah, they got back and Coop. It was like all the boys, all the guys in the group.
Like
they just were like, hey guys, wait up!
Right.
He goes and meets them, and they just stand against a wall.
It's so funny. Like there's so many stupid scenes that are just
it's so funny,
hilarious. Yeah. If you've not seen it, I would highly recommend at least watching it once.
Or wait, sorry, I just have to talk about the one scene that I love so much. When Coop and Katie, they go to the barn or the stable or whatever where the goats are, and they just like have a moment to talk to each other.
Yeah.
And she's wearing like a pink jacket, and he's like a sweater, and he's wearing his flannel shirt. And she was like, oh, I'm cold. She's like, oh, it's really cold. And he's like, yeah, it is really cold. And she's like, oh, do you want my jacket? And he's like, Yeah. And so she takes off her pink jacket and puts it over him. And he's like, that's better. And then she's like, now I'm colder than I was before when I said I was cold. And he's like, oh, do you want my flannel?
And then
he takes off his flannel and gives it to her. And he puts on her jacket all the way.
And then like a second later, he's like,
because she said she loves the flannel so much.
And she's like, it's my favorite. I really need it back. And she's like, oh, right now? And he's like, yeah. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great movie. It's, for me, like I said, it is a perfect comedy. It's stupid, but it's still like, I don't know, you still enjoy the story, like even though it's so dumb, you still really like all the characters, and it's so well done.
There's a lot of fun things concerning the filming of the movie. So the principal photography lasted 28 days, so almost a month. And it rained almost every day.
And it was cold.
And you can see it. There are some scenes where it's sunny, but most of the scenes it's overcast, cloudy, and you can sometimes even see it raining in the background. And
a lot of times they said that they were just like soaked. They were just standing in the rain and filming, and they were freezing, and they had to act like it's super hot in summer.
And you can see that it's not nice. And it's so funny because sometimes they had to shoot under covers or umbrellas, and some scenes they had to move inside because it was so cold. And it's really funny. But a lot of the actors said it was basically they had this camp, so they shot on location on a real camp. It's in Pennsylvania, in Honesdale.
Camp Towanda.
Right. And so they felt like being on summer camp. Like a lot of actors said in interviews that it felt like they slept
together in like in the mess hall. They slept.
Right. And it felt like they're being on camp for 30 or 28 days, and it was very nice. And also, fun thing, Bradley Cooper, right after he got his degree at University in New York, I think, he headed there to shoot that movie. Yeah, so he was basically just, or was it the other way? I don't remember, but yeah, he just got his acting degree or whatever he's got.
I have some fun trivia.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So the owners of the Camp Towanda, where it was filmed, were told that it was going to be a family comedy.
It's R-rated.
And it says they were mortified when they saw the final cut of the film.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
And that's also fun. While a guest on Live with Regis and Kelly in 2010, Bradley Cooper was asked which of the many actresses with whom he has co-starred was his favorite on-screen kisser. Instead of an actress, he chose Michael Ian Black, with whom he shared a love scene in this movie.
Yeah, that love scene is so funny too.
It's great.
Also very, like, you have to think 2001, so that was the height of the sex comedy, or almost, with American Pie. We talked about it. And then also, but very much heterosexual. You don't see graphic gay sex scenes on screen. And this movie puts on a very graphic, at least for that time. I mean, I would still consider it graphic, especially for American television or American movies, graphic gay or homosexual sex scene. And that alone was very, like, pushy, I would almost say, like, almost like.
And in a way that was not, like, it was nice. It was like,
no, obviously.
Like, they didn't make fun of people being gay, which was really a thing in the 2000s.
They played on it, which is so funny because those two characters really liked the guy and they didn't know that he was gay.
Yeah.
And then they come in at some point in the mess hall and they're like, we have to give you something to make it seem like, oh shit, they're getting a beating on or something like that. And then they give them this very nice gift for their wedding. Yeah.
This is fascinating. The shooting script included a dark comedy scene where careless counselor Andy murders a camper in order to cover up the many drowning or other deaths that occurred due to his negligence, but director and co-writer David Wayne cut the scene after he gave the screenplay to his father to look at because Wayne's father said Wayne would be disowned by him if he put something that horrible in the movie.
I mean, if you really take everything seriously, then Andy, that would have been really funny. Andy kills people actively.
He does.
Yeah.
I think that would have been funny.
Yeah.
Anyway. That was good.
Movie of the week.
Movie of the week.
Okay. We watched.
I already know what it is, but.
We watched Naked Gun, the new one. Life of Chuck.
That's it.
Lilo and Stitch, the remake, and Take Shelter.
Yeah, but it's Life of Chuck. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's Life of Chuck, but the close one is Naked Gun.
Yes, close, but completely different. Obviously, it's more fitting with this movie with Wet Hot American Summer with Naked Gun is, but Life of Chuck, that movie will stick with me for so long. Like it has become one of my favorite movies. I think it had such an impact on me.
It came out last year on festivals and had its theatrical run this year, or still has one actually in August here in Europe. And it's based on a short story written by Stephen King.
But it's more of it's not, there are kind of horrifying aspects to it just in the thought of it, but it's not a scary movie. It's a drama. It's kind of fantasy. It's life-affirming. It's so good.
It's very thought-provoking. It's 3 acts backwards. So the third act, then the second act, and then the first act. And it's essentially the life kind of Chuck a little bit. But in the first act, you don't really know
who Chuck is.
The second act, you get to know Chuck.
And the third act is pretty much all about Chuck.
First act is basically his childhood and his upbringing and why Chuck is the way he is. And it's a very beautiful movie. It's a great cast. Tom Hiddleston is the grown-up Chuck, then Jacob Tremblay, also known from various movies, is the younger or a younger version. There are multiple young versions. Nick Offerman as the narrator, which is
brilliant,
fucking phenomenal. Chiwetel Ejiofor, I can't spell his name. Great actor. Karen Gilligan, also great actress. Mark Hamill.
Isn't it Gillian?
Gillen. Yeah.
Karen Gillan.
David Desmalchian, great actor. Yeah. Great cast. And some very amazing scenes. And just a very cool movie. Very different in a lot of ways. And though serious, like very serious, a very positive movie at the end. You don't feel dragged down. You feel very like...
Even during I feel like the heaviest part was the first or the third act, I should say.
Yeah.
So the first one that you see.
Yeah. But
even that was beautiful in its own way. Like there was so much beauty, and I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away, but the topic that's being discussed is the end of the world. So we can...
it's end of life. It's not...
But it's the end of the world, the way that it's told.
Yes and no. It's the end of life. Yeah, it's always life. It's never just
always,
the
not
world.
Sure. But it's also in the people's minds that it's the end of the world. Like the world is coming to an end.
Yeah, but not only the world, everything.
No, that is everything. Yeah, that's what I mean.
That I would consider that life in the grand scheme of things. Like
doesn't
not
matter.
Like the universe, the life of the universe, everything.
Yeah, sure, but that's for me what I mean when I say that.
Okay.
But it plays with that topic a little bit, and
all the time, right?
But heavily in the third act. So the first one you see,
the second one too. It's always
not
about
all, and I know it's all about that, but the first act that you see, the third act, is the heaviest in terms of that. It's more in your face the entire time.
Yeah, but also I feel like only because you don't know what's going on. Because that makes it scary. And I like that they play with that. They like to play with the unknown. Like, what is this? I want to know what this is. And it doesn't really get explained until the first act. Yeah. So the end of the movie. You obviously know already a little bit about it in the second act.
A little bit.
You could guess. You could guess, but the first act basically sums it up. But
it's great. Even in the heaviness of that, it shows like the beauty of humanity in a lot of ways, and it's really beautiful. It's really, really well done.
It's a parable on life itself and life and death. It's both things. It's yin and yang. Those things are what they are because, and that's what makes life so beautiful, right? You have this thing that's coming for everybody of us, and we don't know when. But at the end, and that's the message of the movie, especially at the end, it's basically not about, we all know it's coming. We all know it's coming at some point, but it's not about that. It's about what we do. It's about what we make of it, of life, not of death, obviously. And it's a very beautiful, it's very life affirming.
It is. I would say phenomenal. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah. Let's go to the Wet Hot American Summer Letterboxd reviews.
I didn't even look yet.
I have one. The first one is the part when they are all just standing against the shed. I can't fucking breathe. Just keeping taking things day by day. Day by day.
Day by day. Also that scene. That's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
Day by day.
Hey, McKinley and Ben, this is just for you. It's a Chase launch. We didn't know if...
Chase launch.
A Chase launch. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. We didn't know if maybe you guys already had one. We have the receipt if you do. Gay rights.
Paul Rudd kills at least 2 kids in this movie, and that's why I love cinema.
I mean, at least, yeah, probably more.
That's also one of my favorite lines. You taste like a burger. I don't like you anymore.
That's Paul Rudd saying, yeah, right. As soon as Christopher Meloni starts shouting about smearing mud on his ass to H. John Benjamin voiced can of mixed vegetable capable of autofillation, I realized I was watching a piece of truly singular comic genius. Sweater fondlers unite. Yeah. I mean, that alone, like John H. Benjamin, a brilliant actor and voice actor, is voicing the mixed vegetable can.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point he says, I can suck my own dick. Like, you know what? I can suck my own dick. And I love it. Yeah.
This has at least half a dozen of the all-time funniest performances of any movie of all time. Yeah. I agree.
I've grown up a lot since before dinner when we last talked. There's so many funny quotes in that movie. That movie's so quotable. Yeah. That's it for me.
That's it. That's great.
Watch it. If you have not seen it, watch Wet Hot American Summer. And if you like it, for sure, check out the shows. First Day of Camp and 10 Years Later. They're different, but they're, in the grand scheme of things, they're very similar. And especially the prequel show, I feel like adds so much more to the movie, even though the movie itself stands on its own. Like, it just works as its own thing. Yeah,
it does.
That's it, everybody.
That's it.
Check out our other Summer Series episodes if you have not. Let us know what you think of that movie. Let us know what your favorite summer movie is. Otherwise, please...
And watch The Life of Chuck.
Right. Otherwise, please subscribe, leave a comment, wherever you watch or listen to the podcast. And if you want to support us, head over to a Patreon where Joe is still currently our member.
And if you're missing us and want to hear some more, you can either just go back and listen to episodes you haven't listened to, or you can head over to the podcast Reels of Cinema.
Oh, yeah.
Hosted by the lovely Frank. And we were guests on his podcast on, I think, episode 18, I want to say.
Talking about
28 days and weeks later. Yeah. So
that was fun.
It was really fun, and he's great. So definitely check that out.
That's it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.